I'm telling you, when you're just hungry and just need to grab a quick bite, this is the perfect place for you. Small Sliders. The customer service is nice. It's somewhere you can bring the family, hang out and chill, enjoy the atmosphere. Now I'm a big boy, so when I like to take my Small Sliders, I like to get the biggest smalls. Double patties, bacon, cheese, you name it. Just a delicious burger. And I like to top it off with my favorite, the cookies and cream milkshake. There are 3 delicious flavors: milkshake, chocolate, vanilla, and cookies and cream. Small Sliders. Simple on purpose. Y'all come on and slide through, baby. And let them know that you heard about them on Inside the Trenches with your boy Marlon Big Favorite. Watch out there now.
Step Construction is here for you with a brand new offer. We now provide affordable storage sheds. Stop wasting your money on overpriced storage units and portable containers. Step Construction can provide you with a custom shed that will fit your budget and storage needs. So contact Step Construction today at 504-340-5809 for your own personal quote. Let us help you take the next step at Step Construction.
Listen up. Your customers, our listeners, could be hearing about your business right now. Yeah, right now. Don't miss out on the opportunity to advertise with NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Call our business department today at 504-475-4793 to hear about our great rates. NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. We provide the people, you provide the business.
I hit double too. Yes, indeed, baby. Yes, indeed. It is Inside the Trenches, and I am in the Small Slider Hub. It's your host, Marlon Big Favorite. And today we do have an excellent show. I just wanted to talk to y'all real quick. We wanted to jump into the show, let y'all know how exciting today's show is going to be. We have Dr. Kendra Andrews in the building. Yes, indeed, Health Nut. We're going to talk all kind of stuff that we have going on. I'm on her product. That's why y'all see me getting all skinny here. Hello, somebody. So she's going to talk to us in segment 1. And then, of course, the coolest co-host in the city, CL, is going to join us. We got to talk HBCU Classic. Of course, the combine that went on earlier. Pelicans, baby, football season is all over, so the Pelicans are right in the front seat. We're going to talk All-Star Weekend and the Pelicans as well. And it's by Dr. Andrews. Yes, indeed. Stick around. It's Inside the Trenches, baby. Hello, somebody. Hello, somebody. It's your boy Marlon, Big Favorite. And when I'm hungry, I like to make my way to Small Sliders, 1635 Barataria Boulevard, Marrero, Louisiana. Simple on purpose. When I tell you their burgers are delicious, have some great sauce on them, I'm telling you, when you're just hungry and just need to grab a quick bite, this is the perfect place for you. Small Sliders. The customer service is nice. It's somewhere you can bring the family, hang out and chill, enjoy the atmosphere. Now, I'm a big boy, so when I like to take my Small Sliders, I like to get the biggest smalls. Double patties, bacon, cheese, you name it. Just a delicious burger. And I like to top it off with my favorite, the cookies and cream milkshake. There are 3 delicious flavors: milkshake, chocolate, vanilla, and cookies and cream. Small Sliders. Simple on purpose. Y'all come on and slide through, baby. And let them know that you heard about them on Inside the Trenches with your boy Marlon, Big Favorite. Watch out there now. Trenches. I'm your host, Marlon, Big Favor Wright. We got the coolest co-host in the city, my man CL Nola, and we are blessed and graced to be joined by my doc. This is my girl right here. I'm trying to tell you. Dr. Kendra Andrews. You can follow her on Instagram, health.nut1. Check her out. I have some more information. Look, I'm going to go ahead and give y'all the number right now. You call a day, 504-237-4000. We're going to have a conversation about sports, health, and wellness, how important nutrition is for athletes. When we're in bigger programs, later on this show, we're going to talk about the HBCU combine and some of those players and some of the things that they have to do in terms of nutrition. But at the very end of the day, Doc, for everybody, for every person, your health and your nutrition, what you put in your body, really matters. So I guess just talk to our listeners here at Inside the Trenches about your program, everything, your total body, which I'm my personal fave. Doc, that's me right there. I ain't gonna lie to you, boy. You already know. Went from Big Luther to Little Luther right quick.
Right quick.
So talk to our viewers about your products.
Okay, my name is Dr. Kendra Andrews, and I'm a certified and licensed herbalist and nutritionist and currently studying to become a naturopathic doctor in residency at Quantum University in Hawaii. And together, my husband and I put together a holistic company, which is called Kendra Health Nut System, and we provide natural alternatives to pharmaceutical drugs.
Oh, that's pretty cool right there.
Wow, Doc, you rattled off so many things right quick, but the one key thing hit me was Hawaii. What island would that be?
I'm not really sure where it is. I haven't visited yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm currently online doing this study. Yeah,
Okay.
and I'll be doing my residency sometime later on this year, and they'll tell me where I need to go to do the residency.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
Don't forget about us in the mainland, okay?
That's pretty cool. So you're basically extending your education. I mean, you've been in the field for quite some years. What are some of the things, you notice? Of course, I'm going to get to my personal testimony, but in some of your other clients, like some of their testimonies and things after getting on your products, how things worked out for them?
How it helped their midsection. Because men tend to hold a lot of belly fat here in their midsection, and that's where the disease lies, in the midsection.
Wow.
Yes.
And how would we attack that, Doc?
Well, actually, you are what you eat. So 80% of that is in the kitchen, and the other 20% is just exercising. Yes.
Well, I'm not like Fave. I haven't received a personal cook chef yet, so I haven't received my dietitian just yet. But maybe we could work something out.
Okay.
There you go.
For sure.
Well, I can say this, y'all, and if y'all are just tuning in, it's Inside the Trenches. We're joined by Dr. Kendra Andrews. Y'all make sure y'all check her out. This product right here, Still Body, which I'm about to talk about next. When she first came on the show last year, I hadn't been on a product yet, and I heard about it, so we had to talk. And now after, experiencing this now for some time, I ran out recently. But she hooked me up, and even in the last 2 weeks of getting back on a product, I feel better. There are tons of products out there.
Yes.
You just look across the board. Everybody's, selling their product or have something that's going to help you lose weight. But, this is all natural. I guess get into the Still Body. If someone one of our viewers want to get them a bottle of Still Body, talk to them about what's the product and how does it affect some of your clients.
Yeah, so Still Body is clean energy, it's plant-based, and it's organic. It won't give you a crash. You won't feel bad. And it will not contraindicate with any pharmaceutical medicine that you're taking. So if you're on pharmaceutical drugs, you can take this in addition to what you're taking by your MD, and it's just going to make it better. It's awesome. We refer to it as the panacea of wellness. Whatever your body needs, that's what it's going to do.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Wow. And do you recommend a certain level of exercise with that, Doc, or
Well, of course, you accelerate your results when you exercise. However, you don't have to exercise.
Well, I can say this to our viewers, and I won't get into the numbers, but I will say that my body percent fat when I was first diagnosed with high blood pressure
Oh, boy.
and even like the blood sugar, my body fat was in the 40s. Now, as a player, my body fat would typically stay somewhere around the low 20s. I'm talking about young player now.
Yeah.
20s. But, since getting back on this, just recently we did have our NFL player care body assessment, and I did see that my body fat went down to the lower 30s. I'm like knocking on 29. So
Wow.
to get back in there, especially, the older you get,
Right.
your metabolism slows up a
Yes,
lot.
it does.
So I guess even getting on something like Still Body for me, like just my personal testimony, just the blood sugar piece, like just being able to get that down, and that's one thing that really stood out.
Yeah, I am so happy to hear that, Marlon. I can attribute this to my husband. He came to me, he said, Dr. Kendra, he said, what if you can create a supplement that would burn fat for men around the midsection? And I told him, consider it done. And one 4th of July, I was just in my lab and I was making things. And of course, he was my first customer I tried it on.
Right.
And he's been on it ever since. He looks great. He feels great. This is what we designed it for. We designed Still Body with the athlete in mind. It's when you're on the field, the game is about who can think the fastest, who's sharper, who can do this, who can do that. So that's what Still Body does. It accelerates whatever you're doing. We want to accelerate the athletes and keep them healthy, of course.
Of course. Yeah. Of course.
Well, I'm just thinking about Still Body, and I do have the players at Conquer Sports, and I've been talking to the parents, especially the ones, like you said, want to lose the belly fat. That's something I always remember back in my playing days, how important it was to, not only have your body fat low, because the more, fat on your body, the more fatigued you are, and, the more muscle you have together, the better your endurance or your breathing, so on and so forth. But I do recommend this for athletes. I know we're talking about this just, holistically for people, but I mean, I'm looking at some of the stuff that increases, your overall improvement, eye health, your balancing your hormones, and, just the consistency with the bowel movement. I mean, that was kind of one of the things that helped me in the morning, get up in the morning, go ahead and get out. But for our athletes, talking about building muscle and just being able to control your appetite is extremely important. So I guess a lot of the football players, me and CL, we talk football all the time on the show. During the off season, like any recommendations, of course your products, but just like any other line of products you may have that can help them in the off season and increase their muscle and of course lean up.
Yes, so we also have another product that we made before we made Still Body. It's called Speed Up 365. And it, together with Still Body, will accelerate your metabolism and speed up your fat burning process and give you a lot of energy, suppress your appetite. It'll help you to click cognitively, get rid of that brain fog. It's amazing. So we have people that are putting those two products together and they're getting phenomenal results. And of course, eating clean. Of course, you can have a cheat day. However, you want to make it a habit of eating clean and hydrating yourself, because we're made up of water. So every 3 hours, drinking about 16 ounces of water, room temperature water, not ice water, room temperature water, because you don't want to restrict your blood vessels. And just making that a habit of eating clean. You are what you eat.
Right. Now 360, y'all, the
365.
365 and was just the speed up. That's what
Yes.
I just got me a bottle of that, you know what I'm saying? So y'all don't get mad when y'all start seeing me get all beach body getting ready for Memorial Weekend.
Well, just sitting here listening to the doc, I'm realizing all the things that I'm doing wrong, because I love that cold water. So room temperature water, just the small changes, doc, I'm definitely paying attention.
Yes.
I hope to graduate to the body still, so I could have the abs are still.
We have a bottle for you today.
See, gotta love the sponsors, gotta
check
love
you
the
out.
special
Check
guests,
you out.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you so much. You must know when you see a man in
You're
need of improvement.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you so very much.
So
You're welcome.
I guess for CL, man, he was getting a little jealous. You hear me talking about all this. He like, all right, Doc, I'm kind of sit here. What's up with my bottle? Fave talk. I don't want to talk about my results and all of that good stuff. All right, so for the person you talk about that doesn't really exercise much and they want to get on a product, but they want to get faster results. I mean, I guess we got to go straight to the food. Any suggestions of foods that they should eat?
Yes, a lot of green leafy vegetables. And, you know, you don't want to punish yourself and take away everything that you're eating. So what you do is whatever you're eating and you just find yourself that you can't really get away from, you find a healthier alternative for it. So if you like pastas, you want to move more to brown rice or plant-based pastas, which are absolutely delicious. You can still have cheese, but you can do vegan cheese. So just modifying what you do without taking everything away at one time.
Doc.
Yes.
Thank you so much for that. What are the things that we shouldn't eat?
Oh, boy.
You cover my ears up.
Oh.
No. Stay in the game,
The number
baby.
one thing I would say is sugar. Because sugar is just as bad as salt. People think salt is really bad, especially when we talk about hypertension, but the sugar is just as bad. Oh, my God. And there's so many other healthier alternatives to white refined sugar. You have coconut sugar. You have date sugar. You have maple sugar. And the list goes on and on and on. So, you know, you can make those adjustments. Sugar, oh, my God, those sodas. You have to stay away from those sodas. Drink more water and herbal teas. And if you do a soda every now and then, remember, moderation is the key. And consistency, of course. I would say the sugars and the sodas. And a lot of fried food, because, you know, fried food changes your DNA.
Wow.
So maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks, and watch how you fry it. If you can fry it at home, that would be better.
Air fry it?
Air fry it, or watch the oil that you're frying it in.
What kind of oil do you suggest?
I fry mine in olive oil, canola oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, things like that. There's so many alternatives for you.
So that means no to the vegetable oil.
That would be my last choice.
Right. So that would be no to the vegetable oil.
Yes.
Definitely. Wow, Doc. Wow. I've seen the error in my ways immediately. I hope everybody else is paying attention.
Okay, so we're down here in Louisiana.
Yes.
That's one of the hardest things. When she said fried foods, I thought, there go the shrimp po' out the window. And then, you know, you start thinking about your other favorite foods. And then the fried chicken. I guess before I get into my question, you said that changes your DNA.
Yeah, it just kind of goes in and it affects everything. So do the research, what fried food does to your DNA.
Wow, I never heard that.
As long as the king cake don't change, man.
Oh, boy.
Hold on to she with old
But
boy
you're
from
not,
King Cake.
because it's seasonal, you're not going to eat king cake all the time.
Right.
One slice is okay. Remember I said one slice, not one cake.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. See.
It's about discipline.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I need to move to Arizona.
That's another thing too. I mean, I know we're talking about this, and if y'all just tune in to Inside the Trenches with John by Dr. Kendra Andrews, y'all make sure y'all follow her on the social media, health.nut1. Ooh, I got it right that time, baby. Yes, indeed. And listen, I have the information right here. I probably can't see it that well on the stream, so we'll have it below. But when you try still body, and I can attest to a lot of this stuff. I mean, I wear glasses, but, you know, during the day I can see a little better. It's just at night. You know, you do get a little older, so balancing your hormones for both men and women is important. Just some of the things. And one of the things that I can appreciate getting back on the still body, like when it's cold outside, I start to feel those knees and ankles. It does, temptations, baby. It does reduce inflammation as well. A lot of folks down here don't want to do all that walking around because the inflammation in their ankles. Would you say this product would maybe help out in those areas with the exercising?
It definitely helps out with exercising, and I know people that have tried the product, Still Body, and they say that when they don't take it, they feel more pain in their body, but when they take it, the pain subsides a little bit. So it does help with the pain in the body, definitely.
Boy, see y'all, look, you can't wait.
Well, I thank God for no pain and all my workouts and, you know, my physical activities, but you done hurt my heart with my king cake.
Oh, boy.
She just said seasonal, so, I mean, Fortunately for you,
Well,
King
I'm going to
Cajun,
overindulge until the season over with.
you gonna say that right in front, Doc? But you better
So
get
you're
some
going to need a
already.
good cleaning out if you do that. So you're going to be prepared to detox and get rid of some of that sugar.
I do need the detox.
Yes.
That's funny. The inspiration behind Total Body, I know you mentioned your husband, but I can imagine once you started to get more clients around to hear the success stories. I guess share some of those with us.
Yeah, it was like my heart was so full. I was so blessed to help so many people because initially that's what it's all about, helping people live healthier, fulfilled lives so that we can enjoy our lives here on earth while we're here. And just the testimonies, balanced hormones for women, the men losing their belly fat, people not needing their glasses anymore. There was a lady, she did not have bowel movements for like 5 days at a time, and it regulated her bowels where she's going to the bathroom every single day. That's priceless.
It's very important.
And that's what the reward, the true reward, is all about.
And I could find myself kind of scrolling down my Instagram page, and you'll run across a pretty relevant health page, and it'll say something like, make sure you drink apple cider vinegar, make sure you do ginger root because it does this. And I was just reading the back of the
Yes.
bottle, and I saw a lot of that stuff. I saw a little bit of ginger in here, and I'm
Yes.
like, you know, a little bit of root powder. They talk about how important that stuff is. So to find all natural products, you know, I like to call them God products. You took a little time in the lab to kind of put this thing together, but once you notice the product work, I guess talk to our listeners about that feeling, that initial feeling like, oh, I have me something here.
It's nothing like it because you're like, oh my God. Like Oprah says, it's an aha moment. I did it, you know? But, you know, we're always looking to make things better. Who's to say that we won't have another version of Still Body, you know?
Right.
You always want to go back and see, how can I make this better so that I can help more people? It's amazing. It's truly amazing. But year to date, we make 84 remedies.
Wow.
84.
That's pretty. That's
Yes.
pretty cool.
Well, I think the people of Southeast Louisiana definitely need your assistance in making their lives better because obviously it's the food that is killing us.
Yes.
And, you know, we just indulge so much.
Yes,
you know,
we do.
You know, me being transparent, you know,
Yeah.
we definitely indulge so much. And we working against ourselves, people. So get with Doc.
Y'all do it and do it right now. We're going to make
Right.
sure we get y'all the information. So if y'all just tune in, y'all might have missed her number. It's 504-237-4000. We have the scan code. You could go if you want to see the products. I know I got the bottle, looks kind of small in my hands, but it's enough in here. I take two a day, both night and morning. But you can also email her at myladytruth@aol.com, or you could go to stillbody.org to get some more information and look at the products. So many different remedies. But my thing about the Still Body too is for our players, for the athletes, that you know that those guys hold a special heart. You know, if NFL players that came on this show. We have the high school and college players as well. For the younger players, the players that are middle school age, 13, 14, and then high school, you're still kind of developing and growing. We do like bananas a lot during like the hot moments in training camp when you feel like the potassium's low. But some of the things that's incorporated in our meals a lot, even in the pros, carbohydrates. We'll do like pasta before the game.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
What type of pasta, I guess, combination or I guess time when? You know, for players, it's usually right before the game because you're burning your carbs, you know, and giving you energy to burn.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, I guess the compound carbs, like break that, I think, whole thing down for our younger kids who want to eat before and post, pre and post game.
Yeah, so there's plant-based pastas, and there's also brown rice pasta, but it's delicious. I kid you not, it's delicious. If I was to prepare macaroni and cheese for you and bring it here and didn't tell you what it was, you wouldn't know the difference unless I told it to you.
Come on.
Oh, I'm sure.
A lot of that is mental for people. They say plant-based. Ooh, I don't think I'm going to
Oh,
like that.
it's delicious. I'm also a cook, so I do healthy meals, and it's amazing.
You do, instead of like salt, you do a lot of powders with your cooking?
We do a lot of herbs. My go-to salt is pink Himalaya salt. It has more minerals.
Right.
I do not use white table salt at all. It's a killer.
We just staying away from all the white.
Oh man.
White sugar, salt,
Black History Month. How we
You
just
said it,
tie
I
all
didn't.
this in.
Yes, indeed. Well, y'all make sure y'all don't stay away from Doc, man. Doc, let our folks know how they this any other information we left out, anything y'all have coming up, you name it, what they get.
Well, actually, we have a event we're going to where it says She Speaks. It's sort of like TED Talks, and it's going to be for women, many women there with Pastor Tyra Alexander, and I'll be there talking about my products, and I'll be a vendor there, so I'm excited about that. And we're looking forward to Essence Festival. I may be a speaker at Essence as well.
Okay.
So we have some big things coming up.
Check you out, looking out for your people that check you out.
Okay, we gonna need it.
Y'all better get it, baby. Still body. I already got my bottle. I got my speed up too, so I'm looking forward to that. I said, Doc, I'm gonna take it tonight. Oh no, Marlon, you gotta take that in the morning. You gonna be up all night if you take that. So I'm loving that energy. Dr. Andrews, thank you so much for coming on the show once again. And helping me out on my health journey. I called. I said, Doc, I need to get back on the still body. Come on, meet me. I'm over here. Come out of school. Come meet me.
So you the reason for his 6-pack picture.
Oh yeah. Y'all
Oh,
saw
you haven't seen anything yet.
That's just a still body.
Okay.
We still got a little work to do here.
We got results up here, people.
Coming in CL like he bucked up because he got his bottles. So now he like,
Guess who next? Guess who next?
It's Inside the Trenches. We want to thank our sponsors, Small Sliders, for all that they do for the show. 1635 Barataria Boulevard in Marrero. We're going to be live there again next month at the end of the month. So we'll have some special guests out there. Hopefully we get Doc to come out there some more of the still body. They're going to be taking it out there. They're going to get the burgers and still body. So you're going to come to our next live show there. And Joel of Picolo and Ramos, if y'all looking to refinance your home or move into a home, anything house related, just need to rent. You don't know where you want to live at, you just need somewhere to rent. Hit Joel Picolo up. You get him up, Joel at PicoloandRamos.com. Y'all don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back. We'll talk a little HBCU Combine.
Okay.
It's Inside the Trenches, baby. We live here at the Small Slider Studio, inside the New Orleans Talk Network studio. We'll be back. Peace. Hello, somebody. It's your boy Marlon, Big Favorite. And when I'm hungry, I like to make my way to Small Sliders, 1635 Barataria Boulevard, Marrero, Louisiana. Simple on purpose. When I tell you their burgers are delicious, has some great sauce on them, I'm telling you, when you're just hungry and just need to grab a quick bite, this is the perfect place for you. Small Sliders. The customer service is nice. It's somewhere you can bring the family, hang out and chill, enjoy the atmosphere. Now I'm a big boy, so when I like to take my Small Sliders, I like to get the biggest smalls. Double patties, bacon, cheese, you name it. Just a delicious burger. And I like to top it off with my favorite, the cookies and cream milkshake. There are 3 delicious flavors: milkshake, chocolate, vanilla, and cookies and cream. Small Sliders. Simple on purpose. Y'all come on and slide through, baby. And let them know that you heard about them on Inside the Trenches with your boy Marlon, Big Favorite. Watch out there now. Hello, it's Marlon Big Fave Favorite with Inside the Trenches podcast. Are you looking for a brand new car? Or you're tired of what you're driving around in? Or you just need wheels? Well, if that's the case, you need to visit Montero Motors, 1512 North Causeway, Metairie, Louisiana. At Montero Motors, our buddy Alberto will get you in a vehicle that fits you that day with no problem. They have vehicles that are pre-owned. You could do a trade-in that day and ride off in something that day. Visit MonteroMotors.com for more information and let them know you heard about them on Inside the Trenches podcast. Hello.
It's that boy Fred, host of FanView Podcast. Tune into the NOTN app weekdays, 3:30 for the FanView Podcast. Go to NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com to watch more episodes of FanView Podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch.
Now New Orleans has a choice. Download the New Orleans Talk Network app for your mobile device or listen at www.NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com.
Marlon Big Fave Favorite with Inside the Trenches podcast. Are you looking for a brand new car? Or you're tired of what you're driving around in? Or you just need wheels? Well, if that's the case, you need to visit Montero Motors, 1512 North Causeway, Metairie, Louisiana. At Montero Motors, our buddy Alberto will get you in a vehicle that fits you that day with no problem. They have vehicles that are pre-owned. You could do a trade-in that day and ride off in something that day. Visit MonteroMotors.com for more information and let them know you heard about them on Inside the Trenches podcast. Hello.
It's that boy Fred, host of FanView Podcast. Tune into the NOTN app weekdays, 3:30 for the FanView Podcast. Go to NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com to watch more episodes of FanView Podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch.
Now New Orleans has a choice. Download the New Orleans Talk Network app for your mobile device or listen at www.NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com.
Somebody, it's your boy Marlon, Big Fave Favorite. And when I'm hungry, I like to make my way to Small Sliders, 1635 Barataria Boulevard, Marrero, Louisiana. Simple on purpose. When I tell you their burgers are delicious, have some great sauce on them, I'm telling you, when you're just hungry and just need to grab a quick bite, this is the perfect place for you. Small Sliders. The customer service is nice. It's somewhere you can bring the family, hang out and chill, enjoy the atmosphere. Now I'm a big boy, so when I like to take my Small Sliders, I like to get the biggest smalls. Double patties, bacon, cheese, you name it. Just a delicious burger. And I like to top it off with my favorite, the cookies and cream milkshake. There are 3 delicious flavors: milkshake, chocolate, vanilla, and cookies and cream. Small Sliders. Simple on purpose. Y'all come on and slide through, baby. And let them know that you heard about them on Inside the Trenches with your boy Marlon, Big Fave Favorite. It's your host Marlon, Big Fave Favorite. I'm here with my man CL Nola, and we're live in the Small Sliders hub, baby, the little Small Sliders studio. So when we're not out there, we in here. You see my cheeseburger still behind me. Keelan didn't go get the cheeseburgers from the deal, so we don't have no burgers. But it's all right because we got some still body. Shouts out to Dr. We got a
The Lord works in mysterious ways.
Yes,
huh?
indeed. Dr. Kendra Andrews, she came by and hooked us up. Y'all be sure to holler at her with still body. I mean, we still body.
Still body.
And that is definitely a blessing. You know what else a blessing? It's tax season. So sure. Most of y'all got y'all bread, you know, and you don't want to go get a brand new car.
Yeah,
I understand that. You don't want to go get a brand new car. But what you can do is you could go to 1512 North Causeway Boulevard over there at Montero Motors. My boy Alberto will get you right with a used vehicle. You're going to feel like it's brand new, but it's used. You know, the mileage is going to be more than likely low on it. Go over there, holler at him. He's slinging things like hotcakes. Like, you going to go there that day and leave there with a ride. Like, you could just Uber there.
Oh, yeah. You can act real income taxi, just Uber there, and leave riding.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I know some cats that pulled up in some buses earlier to the Saints facility.
Nice.
This week doing their thing. The HBCU Combine is in the city of New Orleans.
Right.
Yes, indeed. The Classic is here. CL. It's a big game to me.
Oh, for sure.
I really appreciate, what this entails, right? What I mean by what this entails is this is an opportunity for young ball players to get some skin in the game, right?
Definitely.
To actually get seen.
Right.
Because we know that in these particular situations, HBCU teams don't really get the big-time looks. Now, you've had your Jerry Rices over the years.
Right. The greatest of all time.
Yes, indeed. And we can even go New Orleans, Teron Armstead. He comes from an HBCU.
Yes, sir.
I want to say he came out of Elkhorn State.
Aeneas Williams.
Aeneas Williams. Grambling or Jackson? Southern. Ooh, that might be
Doug Williams.
Doug Williams. Talked to Doug earlier today. Grambling University. So, I mean, it really made my day earlier when I saw about 27 scouts.
Nice.
NFL scouts, like their notepads, checking out these players. It was a total of, I want to say, 50 invited players. A few guys are just participating only in the game. You got the coaching staff. Couple guys that stood out to me, like this was just to me, when you do the combine drills, that only show you so much. That legit just kind of shows you, well, all right, you have speed. Oh, you have decent lateral movement. Now, see how all that matters in the game. It really does. It does matter. But most importantly, I look at it from the perspective of not an opportunity and who's watching it, right? So I'll rattle off some names, but, just to kind of come to you right now, your thoughts. You've been to the game before. Your thoughts on the HBCU Combine.
My thoughts on the HBCU Combine is that it's such a tremendous blessing to have a platform for these colleges, these predominantly African-American colleges, to showcase their talents, and not just on TV, but at a university like Tulane, at Yeoman Stadium, to be able to have all NFL scouts come down, because like you said, it's about 27. I'm sure tomorrow when I show up, it'll be even more. And it's just needed. It's warranted. I can remember when Prime was at Jackson State, and he mentioned how there wasn't any HBCU members that got drafted in that respectful year, and he said that needed to change, and this is a part of that. This is a part of that change, to be able to give these guys a platform to showcase. And obviously the great Doug Williams spearheads this with a lot more important people, but the scouts are the most important. And honestly, me and Faith have conversations throughout the day, and I tell anybody, what scout would want to come have a free trip to New Orleans?
It does start there. And
Mardi Gras time.
A couple of my buddies, like, they're
Right,
scouts
come
now
on,
in the NFL, and as the first thing they said, man, Faye, brother, what's that spot you was telling me about across the river?
Right.
Boys, they gonna take an Uber to the West Bank.
Come on.
They hit that small sliders up. I told them the small sliders, you want a nice burger, hit my, the Marrero one, though. You know what I'm saying? You got to go to the West Bank. But
shorter to make it to the West Bank where they staying at downtown.
Wow, that is true.
It's a
See, I
shorter
made a
ride.
good point. I like that. That's a great point. Come on over here and get the best burger, right? So the game is Saturday, February 22nd. As CL mentioned, it's going to be at Yeoman Stadium. It's a 3 p.m. game. NFL Network is covering the game. This is huge. I saw a couple of my buddies. Saw Charles Davis earlier. It's my first time meeting Charles in a professional setting. Me and Bucky Brooks, we worked at Sky Sports. He's covering it again. He did that last year.
We're very familiar with Bucky.
And then, of course, my boy Steve Wash, he was there from NFL Network. He covered a lot of stuff directly with a couple of the games. I think he did the Netflix deal. But that just lets you know that you mentioned Dion, Prime getting involved,
Right.
Eddie George,
Right.
Ed Reed.
It's a whole movement, Faye.
It's a movement, and now it's really no different.
Right.
It's just more guys
Right.
being invited to the NFL Combine.
Well, and this is a way for no man to be left out, right? This is a way for them to double down on the words of they'll find you, right? Because if you're talented enough to make it to the NFL, they'll find you. They'll find you from Hofstrom. You could be Marcus Colstrom from Hofstrom. You could be Teron Armstead from Bethune-Cookman, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, you can be found in this league if you have the talent. And I think the HBCU Combine is just another way to double down on that. And don't worry that it's Uptown New Orleans on a beautiful Saturday.
Uptown. Uptown. So
No king cakes.
No key. Y'all heard Dr. Kendra. She said, "Look, hey, she said it's seasonal. You can have you one slice right now. You know what I'm saying?" My neighbor, shouts out to my neighbor Jeremy. They hooked me up with him and his wife Chrissy. They hooked me and my wife up with. I'm not a king cake guy really, but
I am.
What is it called? Man, y'all gotta. I hope they're listening right now. Y'all gotta text me what that is. It's like I don't want to say ooey gooey king cake. It's something like.
Well, you can take a king cake and you could put a Plurine topping on it. You could put a ooey gooey topping on it. You could put almost a shell on top of it before you even get to it.
I like the praline.
I like
Anything
the
dealing with the
praline,
praline, I could deal
I
with
like
that.
the
I could
praline,
do that, like especially like my ice cream. Oh, Doc, she ain't still
she
here.
gone, she
Oh
gone,
man.
she gone.
I can't talk about the ice cream in front like that. He's Inside the Trenches. He's CL Nola. I'm Big Fave. It's New Orleans Talk Network. We're here live at the Small Sliders studio, baby. It's the Small Sliders Hub. We're just talking about the HBCU Legacy Bowl this Saturday at Yeoman Stadium, 3 o'clock. Get your tickets. It really is a nice game. A lot of talent across, the HBCU's front. A couple of players that stood out. You had Southern's defensive player, Jamarius Brown. Now, this cat here, this is some of the cats that they were mentioning, but when I go back and I look at, like, how you say it, CL, like the top performances of the day.
Right, standouts.
Jaquan Davis, wide receiver from North Carolina Central, stood out. Like, my scouts from across the league was coming up to me like, man, Fave, this is the guy. 6'4", 195 pounds, wide receivers. The question was, can he run routes, how his hands look? So the practices throughout the week will show that. But as far as the skills go, I mean, he would have been in a top performer.
Right.
He would have been a top performer at the NFL Combine. Like,
right.
His numbers would have reached or stayed within the guys at the Combine. I mean, he had a 4.3.
Mm.
He ran the 4.3. He jumped the 40.
Mm.
The 40 and a half vertical.
Mm.
You know, the average vertical for the skilled guys, that was like 33, 34. So
He jumping out the gym.
he jumping out the gym. And then the catch and go drill that they do, where they go 50 yards up a line and you got a guy each way throwing you the ball. I'm trying to give our listeners like a little view.
Right.
But he killed that as well.
Well, as your GM, I'm looking to draft tight ends this year, this upcoming draft, and I thought I noticed a Keyshawn Toney from South Carolina State. Just a young athletic guy, detached from the offensive line. Detached from the line, being able to in layman's term, he's able to go out and line up like a wide receiver and, make plays in space. So, I'm looking for, obviously, the tight ends and the playmakers in this upcoming draft. And I think the HBCU Combine is a great place for us to check that out.
Now, I know later on in this segment we're going to talk Saints, and it just so happened this event was at the Saints' facility.
Yes, sir.
Saints players in there working out while those players are in there. You had the Saints scouts, obviously, in there taking names. Tight end is a position they may look at late round free agency, and they can get their eyes on, as you mentioned, Keyshawn Toney from South Carolina State.
Definitely.
And the measurables matter at these events.
Yeah.
Because if you have a player that's the prototypical, like Davis, the kid I was talking to you about from North Carolina Central, what really stood out about him is the fact that if you put his numbers up against any other NFL prospect, like the top guys, it's right there. And then you'll see these numbers, it's like, oh, his frame isn't really what we're looking for. I mean, the kid can probably put on about 8 pounds, get in the 200-pound range. But at the very end of the day, for him, a player like him, this is a guy that just stood out today. I had to leave a bit early, had singing lessons, had to go get tightened. But had to get at the end of the night. I was told I had a baritone voice, though. I thought that was cool because I've been trying to sing high pitch.
You was in the choir?
Yep, that's the St. Joseph days, Gorilla, you know what I'm saying?
Come on.
But see y'all on here. See, y'all all in, this is all in his wheelhouse, right? You had the Super Bowl last week. You attended the game. Then, you know, you
had All-Star this week.
All-Star this week. I mean, you're just paying attention to it. Like, we're going to talk about that next segment. I understand that piece.
That's why I wore the jacket.
See, y'all see him, HBCU class. Like he hit me up when he knew for a fact I was at this facility. Right. Yeah, man, what's going on? He knew I was there, but he wanted to see what the action was. I said, man, yeah, I'm gonna see you some names, some guys we're gonna talk about later. That really stood out.
We definitely need to give these young men their flowers, especially when they stand out, because what are you looking for in the game on Saturday? I'm looking for the young man that's gonna dominate this level of football, because we have no choice but to give him eyes come the draft, come the free agency, come the bottom of the draft, come mid parts of the draft, because everybody knows an NFL roster is primarily made up of second, third round, not even second, but yeah, second, third, fourth round, fifth round players. And, you know, the first round players are most likely a bust. Not all of them, but there's a large percentage that are bust. So the core of the teams in the NFL are lower drafted players, and I think anywhere the HBCU has a chance to jump in there, I think it's on this field come Saturday.
A couple other things I think that's worth noticing is the amount of players that participated in this game in the past years are in the NFL. You have guys like Andrew Farmer, outside linebacker for Denver, for the Broncos. He went to Lane College. You got guys like Emmanuel Wilson, running back, went to Fort Valley State at Green Bay now. You know, the list goes on. There's several guys that they mentioned, even Cameron Peterson, defensive tackle, New Orleans Saints out of Southern. The point I'm making is, hey, these scouts are taking this game serious. You know,
for sure.
It's not like, oh, let's just participate just because we have to participate now because we're making a huge minority push. And
it's on ESPN.
It's on an NFL Network. Like this is not. It
That's
doesn't
global.
get no bigger than this. Yeah, it's only going to get bigger. Because one of the questions I asked
Doug Williams, that is.
Doug Williams, that is the great Doug Williams, first African-American quarterback to win a Super Bowl. I think the success we saw with Jaden Daniels this year in Washington and knowing that guy is in the personnel staff there really spoke. It's historical.
And honestly, I can't wait to ask Doug personally, do you feel like you had a hand in Jaden Daniels' success? Like, do you feel like you were the one to help open up that door, along with other guys, obviously the great Warren Moon and, you know, other African-American quarterbacks of that time? But I'm just curious to know if Doug feels like he has to feel some kind of connection between him and Jalen moving forward. It was a beautiful thing to see, I'll be honest with you.
No, I think you made a good point, CL, because I think from a psychological standpoint,
right,
like for Jaden to come there to know that, man, the person that's mentoring me, the man that's on the staff, worked for this organization,
right, was
the first. And then he went to HBCU.
Right.
He was the first black quarterback to not only be a starter in the league, but be a starter in the Super Bowl game, but win it.
Wasn't he a first-round pick as well?
Man, that's a good question.
Was Doug Williams a first-round pick? Great question.
Yeah, we might have to chat that one. I ain't gonna lie. Well, he pulling that information up, that sounds about. I felt like he spent some time working with Tampa Bay. Yeah, well, you fact checking that, I'm gonna go ahead and talk to my sponsors, baby, my folks out there. Now, I talked about my man Alberto on one end at Montero Motors. On the other end, if you're an electrician, you're a constructor, first round or two.
Washington.
That's right. Also, then Tampa, he did play a person.
I'm sorry, he went to Tampa first, then he went to Washington.
Correct.
Sorry about that.
So, but we on to some with that one. Just like our construction workers out there and the folks that's dealing in disaster recovery, y'all got to holler at my man Sheldon over there at Crescent City, Lamarque Crescent City. Get you a nice utility vehicle chassis, you know what I'm saying? You name it, Sheldon them got you. I had the information below the show just to kind of get you guys acclimated to what they're offering over there at Lamarque Crescent City. But we want to thank them for their contributions to the show, baby, because without our sponsors, baby, this thing don't go, man, you know? Yes, indeed. But I was talking to Doug about, Doug Williams, that is, the great Doug Williams, about the attendance of NFL scouts from year one to this year. I want to say this is the fourth year. Might be off. No, I think I'm right. I think, 2020, I think, was the first one. This might be the fifth year.
Yeah.
He said the numbers tripled.
Wow.
And you can see it. Like, when they were running the 40-yard dash, the amount of scouts that was lined up, like, yes, I get it. When we're going, Shadora and Travis, those guys, and you go to LSU, Will Campbell, we're going to have all 32 teams there with all of their personnel, with all of their scouts. And I mean, that's just what it is Power 5 football, Division I football.
Yep.
But for my hello somebody, Division I AA schools that's really pushing the envelope, not only for younger kids in high school, feeling more confident to go to these Southern universities, these Grambling universities, Bethune-Cookman, Hampton, Morgan State.
Florida A&M.
Florida A&M. Morgan State, I was talking to one of their guys earlier that's out in Baltimore.
Yes, sir.
Baltimore was the first southern state of America.
Wow.
Southern city, should I say, state, the whole little Maryland area. Yeah, I learned that from Lonnie Harvey, defensive tackle out of Morgan State. He was undrafted to the Carolina Panthers, too.
Wow.
Same year I was. Now, here's a guy who went to LSU, right? Won a national championship, all of that. Here's a guy who was a big dude, played D-tackle for Morgan State, made enough noise to make it to training camp, too. And he stuck around a little while. I think he got cut like maybe 2 weeks before me. See what I'm saying? So now that opportunity is even more so, because now you got events like this, you finding the true athletes in this situation, see how?
And that's the thing. If you are an inspiring young athlete that wants to take your talents to the next level as far as colleges, and you're not sure of what colleges to go, this is another reason why it's okay to go to a HBCU, because you will get to play on ESPN. You will get to show your talents nationwide, NFL Network. You will be invited to a combine that wants you there and wants to see your measurables, because at the end of the day, there's not enough bodies. There's not enough good quarterbacks. There's not enough good cornerbacks. There's just not enough good talent in this world to fulfill the hunger of the National Football League. So don't never think that if you go to a Southern or Alcorn or Grambling that you won't get seen. That is the furthest thing from the truth. And on Saturday in New Orleans, Louisiana, uptown New Orleans that is, they'll show you the difference.
Speaking of New Orleans, Louisiana, let's go to the New Orleans Saints real quick. There's a new general in town, baby. Kellen Moore, and the dust has settled now, is officially the head coach of the New Orleans Saints. I talked to a couple of the guys over at the facility, man, how it is with Coach, man. How he's real laid-back, chill, just kind of straightforward. That's because he just got here. Once he get that gumbo in him, a little bit more of that King Cake CL, talk about that shrimp po' boy that Dr. Kendrick telling us, I'm telling you, you're going to be wearing do-rags and soldier rags and bumping the Carter Put that Wayne back on at the practices. Because you got to realize, this young man is head coach, respectively. He's 2 years younger than me. So I'm like, I know I'm still dropping albums. I'm feeling it over here. So
Age ain't nothing but a number, man.
Nothing but a number. Yeah, he went a Pretty Ricky up in here. So, okay, let's talk about that. Let's have that conversation. We're starting to see that trend. Let's see Ben Johnson, he's 38. He's 38, baby, like me, right? Kellen Moore, he's young. Sean McVay, he's young. They're doing exceptionally well. Leon Cohen, now he climbed up the ladders, too. He's a head coach now.
Right quick.
So, Seattle, it's happening, right? So it seems like the execs are starting to lean towards the young, innovative coaches.
This league is definitely a copycat league, and if they sense any type of success, they're gonna make sure that they try to duplicate it in their own respective way. Yes, the new head coach of the New Orleans Saints is 36 years old, but the one thing that any player or person or any personnel that might have a problem with his age is not only does his family come with him as well as his age, so does the Super Bowl championship that he just helped the Philadelphia Eagles win in our own Superdome. So let that be the credit that you give him when you start to detect his age and what he has going on. I also like the fact that he is meticulously picking assistants from the Philadelphia Eagles to be interviewed and possible hire on this staff. I'm excited to see what will be the new offense because I know him to be a top 10 offense. For every time he was the coordinator, he had a top 10 offense in this league, no matter if it was with the Dallas Cowboys or with it being the Philadelphia Eagles. So I'm confident that he can get the offense going. I'm confident. I'm also curious to see who's going to be the next defensive coordinator, but I do believe that the New Orleans Saints are moving in the right direction.
They are churning in the right direction. If you're tuning in to Inside the Trenches, we're talking New Orleans Saints. We're talking HBCU Legacy Bowl here in New Orleans. We just New Orleans out. The Super Bowl's in New Orleans. Lil Wayne got on SNL the other day, rocked it. He was in New Orleans. The NFL apologized to Lil Wayne, saying they should have booked him. He from New Orleans. John Baptiste, he opened it up. He from New Orleans. It's just all CL Nolan. He was in the Super Bowl. He went viral with Chance the Rapper. He from New Orleans. I mean, it's just we Nolan out, baby.
It was a New Orleans weekend, you dig? They really wanted to see who really are the song. Because think about it. For the Super Bowl, there's so much pre-show, right? Mm-hmm. You done seen enough beignets. You done seen enough Mississippi River water. You done seen enough potholes. It was time for the true stars of New Orleans to show. And I'm just grateful that we showed up on the worldwide stage and we left no beignets unturned.
I like that. No beignets unturned. And if you're going to unturn the beignets, man, I like to shoot over to, like, Cafe Du Monde. But Manning's got some good beignets. Back to New Orleans stuff. New Orleans. All right, so Kellen Moore comes in. I've heard Chase Daniels interested in coming down and be a quarterback coach.
Nussmeier.
Then we talked about Doug Nussmeier potentially coming to be an OC.
Yes, sir.
It's a golden opportunity. When I was talking to, as we wrap here, I was talking to my boy Steve Wash from the NFL Network, and he echoed the same thing I did. It's going to take him some time. It's going to take him a little time. It may not be long. It may be 2 years. But I think for us New Orleans fans here, it's going to be important that we just enjoy the process, enjoy the big wins in the division because they coming this year. Right. But also accept the losses because they coming this year. I don't think they're going to be as bad as recent years, but this roster is going to have a lot of changes.
Well, how about New Orleans trust the process? Rome wasn't built in a day. Coach Payton didn't turn this around in half a year. Let's have some wherewithal to stay with the young coach that we've designated as our head coach. Let's give him time to put the right players in position to make plays. Let's realize that regardless of how you feel about Carr or whatever the new regime is, year before last, we were only one game out of the playoffs. This year, obviously snake bitten with injuries, but I bring it back to the Philly game. We lost week 3. We lost by Philly by 3 points. Week 2, we lost to Atlanta by 2 points.
Yeah.
Obviously the week 4 Atlanta. Week 5 Kansas City was maybe 26-15. But still the point I'm making is even with all the injuries, we were still a team that was in it until we wasn't in it. So we're not that far away. Give it some time. Trust the process, because obviously these young men that's going to come in, especially offensively, know how to win the Super Bowl.
It is Inside the Trenches, baby. We talked a little bit of health and nutrition for athletes. We talked a little HBCU Legacy Bowl, and, of course, we had to talk New Orleans Saints. We're going to stick around New Orleans, but this time we're going to talk the Pelicans, baby. That is right. We're going to talk a little bit of Zion. B.I.'s B.I. not longer with us, man.
Exile.
But we still got C.J. McCollum, and we got ourselves a big win the other night. Got old Dallas, the Mavericks, at the end of the week. So me and C.L. going to talk a little bit of Pelicans, break down the Pels, baby, what's that, teal blue, or a little bit of Navy
Creole
blue, Creole blue, a little bit of Creole red, Creole gold, baby. We're going to keep it all Creole in New Orleans. And it's Inside the Trenches. And check this out. As I mentioned before, Lamarque Crescent City, that's 6121 Jefferson Highway. If you are a subcontractor or a contractor looking for a big truck, call Fleet Manager Sheldon Jordan for all of your fleet needs. His number is 504-734-3579, and let them know that you heard about him right here on Inside the Trenches. Y'all don't go anywhere, baby. Me and the boy CL will be right back. We're talking basketball on Inside the Trenches. Hello. It's your boy Marlon, Big Favorite, and Inside the Trenches podcast is back, baby. We back. Y'all make sure y'all check us out for excellent season, and you can check us out on NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Y'all make sure y'all follow me at BigFave504. We back at it, baby. We in them trenches. Hello, somebody. It's your boy Marlon, Big Favorite, and when I'm hungry, I like to make my way to Small Sliders. 1635 Barataria Boulevard, Marrero, Louisiana. Simple on purpose. When I tell you their burgers are delicious, have some great sauce on them, I'm telling you, when you're just hungry and just need to grab a quick bite, this is the perfect place for you. Small Sliders. The customer service is nice. It's somewhere you can bring the family, hang out and chill, enjoy the atmosphere. Now I'm a big boy, so when I like to take my Small Sliders, I like to get the biggest smalls. Double patties, bacon, cheese, you name it. Just a delicious burger. And I like to top it off with my favorite, the cookies and cream milkshake. There are 3 delicious flavors: milkshake, chocolate, vanilla, and cookies and cream. Small Sliders. Simple on purpose. Y'all come on and slide through, baby. And let them know that you heard about them on Inside the Trenches with your boy Marlon, Big Favorite. Watch out there now. It's your boy Marlon, Big Favorite. And when I'm hungry, I like to make my way to Small Sliders. 1635 Barataria Boulevard, Marrero, Louisiana. Simple on purpose. When I tell you their burgers are delicious, have some great sauce on them, I'm telling you, when you're just hungry and just need to grab a quick bite, this is the perfect place for you. Small Sliders. The customer service is nice. It's somewhere you can bring the family, hang out and chill, enjoy the atmosphere. Now I'm a big boy, so when I like to take my Small Sliders, I like to get the biggest smalls. Double patties, bacon, cheese, you name it. Just a delicious burger. And I like to top it off with my favorite, the cookies and cream milkshake. There are 3 delicious flavors: milkshake, chocolate, vanilla, and cookies and cream. Small Sliders. Simple on purpose. Y'all come on and slide through, baby. and let them know that you heard about them on Inside the Trenches with your boy Marlon Big Favorite. Watch out there now. Does fly when you're having yourself a good time. We must clip its wings. Speaking of wings, I know some wings that not trying to get clipped, and that's the Pelican wings, baby. That's our state bird, and also our basketball team.
Bird up.
CL, you're always in the game, so I will refer to you. But before I do that, I still got to talk about my sponsors. Oh, Robert Wolfe, my good buddy, old friend over at Robert Wolfe Construction and Real Estate. That's 143. That number means love. You know what I'm saying? The people used to text that to you, girl.
That's throwback.
143 Lapalco Boulevard in Gretna. Call Robert Wolfe, 504-393-2445. They have good special rates. You use the code word Big Fave. So basically, if you're looking for house elevation, so I'm talking about people down the bayou, you need house elevation or you want to update your elevation, holler at Rob. Let him know y'all heard about him on Inside the Trenches. Again, that number is 504-393-2445. And just shouts out to Joel again, too, man. Joel, Picolo, Picolo and Ramos. We believe real estate should be personal. And they're at 1943 Sophie, Wright Place, New Orleans, Louisiana. And you could call Joe and them, baby, over there, 504-826-8426, Joe Picolo, and Ramos. So, CL, the Pels did get themselves a pretty decent win the other night against the Kings, 123-119. Their next matchup, and this went to overtime, the game that I'm referring to. But their next matchup is going to be February 21st. Obviously, they took the All-Star break, which we'll talk a little All-Star at the end of this segment. But this matchup against the Mavericks, here's a team that
Come on.
They got AD, and I saw all the memes like the first day that AD had got hurt.
Yep.
It's a whole
Pimp down.
backstory. Pimp down.
Pimp down.
Luke is enjoying beautiful L.A. right now. He's no longer in Dallas. So I guess let's start there. Before we talk about the Pels, let's talk about the team that they're going up against, the Dallas Mavericks. You have Kyrie Irving, but now we got to see how this AD and Kyrie Irving matchup goes.
No, we don't.
He's not out just 2 games?
You haven't 2 games already passed.
Wait, so okay, they had the All-Star break, and I don't have the.
I don't have the injury report on AD, but
you
it
don't
wasn't
think he's
it wasn't a two game.
like a couple weeks he out?
Yeah.
Oh damn, I thought it was minor. So damn, that is kind of
Yeah,
that's not
the devil in disguise.
Boy, that's kind of messed up. Yeah, you threw me for one on that one. I thought it was just minor. Wow. So let's see. So this happened. The trade happened February 10th, somewhere around there. So his first game was against the Warriors. That's the game he got hurt at? Wow. So, I mean, we probably may not see AD, you thinking maybe to the beginning of March, maybe against the Grizzlies or the Bucks or something?
Brother, only AD and his staff knows. Shouts out to the Davis family. It's an unfortunate situation. Not really sure what's the status on the young man, but I don't believe he'll be playing against the New Orleans Pelicans.
You just ready for football season to come back already?
No. I enjoyed All-Star. I'll take the time because I know we need to take time to get back. I knew that there's no rush to get back. The NFL is 365. I'm still talking about Super Bowl and Combine. It never stops. So we definitely owe New Orleans as well as the Pelicans some talk time because, of course, the season is primarily over if you want to say that. But we do have some promising talent. Unfortunately, as Ease Nisi got hurt the other day. Obviously, Herb is out for the year with his shoulder. Murray's out for the year with his shoulder. In broader news, we did trade B.I. to the Raptors. Obviously, we wanted to get him all the way out the way, so we shipped him to Canada. And
sure did.
We got Kevin O'Leary in replace of him. Well, in trade of him as well as Bruce Brown. But the trick part about O'Leary, he's having problems with his visa because he's a born Canadian. So he hasn't been able to suit up for the Pelicans as of yet because he's stuck on the other side of the border.
You brought up
Pelicans basketball.
Yeah, pretty much. Now, you brought up All-Star kind of, I guess, holding things over for you.
Yeah.
Did you see the write-up? I thought I saw this on Newsbreak where they're talking about NBA versus the world for All-Star Week.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of on the ship with Draymond Green and the fact that All-Star Game has lost so much lackluster. Obviously, I'm coming from the days of when the true stars actually played in the All-Star Game, and then obviously coming from the days of All-Star 08 in New Orleans. Michael Jordan. Shouts out to M. Appreciate it.
He funny.
No, real talk. Shout out to him. But those days are far removed now. You got guys in the slam dunk contest I've never seen before in my life. And I'm an analyst, right?
They were still good though.
Yeah. Oh, they did their thing. And shouts out to everybody that participated. I'm not never would talk down on anybody that still goes out there and give it the old college try. No problem at all. I just think the format. I think the commissioner and everybody involved are just way smarter than this, and we should be able to figure out a correct way to have an all-star that everybody wants to be a part of.
That makes sense. So, NBA versus the world, I mean, that would do that because that would give you that USA, like, Olympic feel.
Well,
right?
I was thinking that we do America versus the foreigners, right? The America versus the European players. So you'd have Luka. You'd have Luka and what's your boy from Spurs? Wemby. You have Luka, Wemby, Giannis.
Your boy
SGA because he's from Canada.
Yeah.
We'll have all those guys play against, obviously.
So you would divide the country within the country,
right? But it would be all. If you were American born, you're on the USA. If you were born outside of America, like SGA was born in Canada, Kevin O'Lyric, I don't know if he'd make the All-Star team, but he's born in Canada. Come on, O'Lyric, we still need you, baby. We ain't playing on you. Yeah, so we would do that. I think that'd be a good look because not only was Draymond, I'm sure a lot of not just Hall of Famers and world champions and old school NBA players. I think a lot of people were disappointed with the rising stars against Steph and LeBron them. Like, even though LeBron didn't play, but we know you get the
I get
gist.
it does seem a bit watered down. I mean,
On Sunday night?
we're starting to see a lot of, I didn't really get a chance to catch it all. I saw Shaq was all excited with Steph Curry. I mean, it does.
Shaq was excited because your boy hit the shot at halftime and got the $100,000.
Yeah, that's right.
Shaq get paid to be there. And you ain't got the work call. You just got to be there.
If you be there, you're going to get taken care of. Shoemaker old school.
Bubba old school.
All day. It's Inside the Trenches. Y'all just tuning in. We're talking the New Orleans Pelicans. We're also talking a little bit of All-Star Weekend. Just going around the NBA, baby. I do enjoy the offseason. They give us a little break. We were talking. We're going to keep talking football. I told y'all combine, all that stuff. But it is important that we bring the Pels to the front seat. Eves Missy. I mentioned this during the draft. We had D-Grub and Mario on the show, and we were just talking about. And they were optimistic about him, but I just thought he did his thing at Baylor.
Right.
And he's averaging 8 rebounds a game. You and I talked about this last basketball season, how important it was for the Pels to bring somebody in that could help in the rebound category, right?
Definitely.
And on the defense. And so far we're starting to see this out of him. I guess my question for you, do you see Eves being one of those future stars in the NFL?
Oh, brother.
In the NBA? Look at me, I did the same thing.
If he wouldn't have hurt himself, he would have been a part of this All-Star weekend. He just unfortunately got hurt, and we decided to err on the side of caution and not let him play in the All-Star game. But this guy definitely is the future. If I'm not mistaken, he averages almost 3 blocks a game. So he would be, in my opinion, he would be close if we could get back off injury, a rookie of the year, or definitely in the runnings for rookie of the year. That's how impressive this young man is. And I do believe the adding of Kevin O'Lyric will make him kind of do like the AD situation where he doesn't have to bang with the fives. Mm-hmm. He can play backside defense at the 4 and let O'Lyric bang with the bigs.
Yeah, with Missy, he's
little lighter frame too.
Yeah, and he's being reevaluated every week. So
aren't we all?
Speaking of which, you said Kevin O'Lyric. You got Kelly Orlick. Am I saying his name right? Orlick. He's out basically. Jamal Cain, he's out. Brandon Boston, he's out. Zion, there's nothing really new. He's out.
Well, and that's the thing. I think we need to inform the people what's really going on with Zion. Zion is not only on a minute restriction, he's also on a back-to-back restriction. So if you see him play one game, and I don't care if that game is on Monday and the next game is Friday, he will not play that game. We are holding him back for some reason that's not been told to me. We're holding him back. So don't get frustrated with Zion as much because he would like to play back-to-back games. I'm quoting him, actually. He would like to play back-to-back games. It's just that the Pelicans are holding him back.
Well, let's take an educated guess. Let's do that. What's going on with Zion? Is it a combination of old injuries? Is it just, hey, we want to reserve him because he is injury-prone?
I think two things could be true at the same time. I think he is injury prone. I think we all scared to get him injured. I think we just holding him back because to a man, this season primarily is over already, right? So
too many red L's on the.
I mean, the game that we just won in overtime against the Kings after playing a double back-to-back with them, and we actually won this game, we ended a 10-game losing streak.
Yeah.
And I believe that's our second 10-game losing streak this year. So
correct.
It's, Murray's out for the year, Herb's out for the year, I don't even know what to call it. But I know that it's not about this year for the New Orleans Pelicans. I believe it's about next year.
It really is, and you start talking about the draft, and like I said, we're gonna preview the game, and we're gonna say, oh yeah, Dallas could do this. Oh, we could get this matchup, but it's just like you said, too many injuries.
Well, let's go there. Let's go to the draft. If we should have enough balls in the lottery, and maybe we get that first pick, how about we bring Flag in to play that wing? You know.
Okay, all right.
Let's just go. Let's just go there.
Okay. So you going to the draft now. So
Yeah.
you said bring Flag in. What other players you think we should target in the draft or in free agency?
Well,
'cause that's coming up too.
Well, I'm excited to see what Nisi and Orlyric can do together defensively down low. I'm good with it. I mean, of course, we're probably going to have to move on from Christian James, McCullough, and there's a plethora of young guards that we could think. But if we get that lottery pick, we have to get the young man Flag, put him on the wing, leave him out there. I don't think you need to make him a primary scorer. I think he should be a guy that hangs out on the wing and knocks down the open shot.
Well, I think that's the trend with the Pels. You know, you're talking about potentially drafting Flag, and then you also have Nisi. He's a young guy.
Murray should be back healthy.
And he's, 5-6 years in the league.
Yeah.
Started off the Spurs, made his way to Atlanta. He's here. So it's like the team, we figured the Zion thing out, whatever it may be during the draft or whatever y'all plan on doing moving forward with him.
I just think if we didn't trade Zion this time around, ended up trading B.I., if we didn't trade Zion this time, I think we're focusing on next year with him because to a man, have we ever seen a healthy Pelicans team? We've only seen it one time,
yeah.
And that was last year, and we won 45 games.
Wait, Zion was a little hurt last year too.
Well, no, he was healthy all last year, and then the play-in game, he gets hurt.
The quad or the hamstring he pulled. He was balling in that game. So.
Balling. We would have won that game, but New Orleans Pelicans basketball.
Oh man.
He gets hurt in the play-in. We lose that game. We lose the second play-in game. We out of the playoffs. 45 game win year down the drain.
We gave a shout out to all the sponsors. I forgot to give a shout out to the West Bank Nosy Neighbors. That's our largest like one group listening audience. They check out the show each week.
Thanks,
guys. And I
guys.
also want to give a shout out to you. Yeah, you right there watching the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Feel free to comment. Tarek and Keelan has the live feeds rolling right now. Jump in the conversation. Will we continue to build around Zion, or will we shape this team around the younger players and figure out a way to get things rolling with Zion? Which direction we need to go in the draft? That's something for sure that we need to pay attention to as well. But like CL mentioned, the season's basically over. I mean, for the most part, you look at the games that we have coming up. As we mentioned, this week on the 21st, which is this Friday, we do take on the Dallas Mavericks. All-Star break gave the Pels a bit of the Luca-less Pels. I mean,
the Luca-less Mavericks and the AD-less.
What are you talking about? I mean, it looks like the Lakers could be some really high-end contenders.
Well,
you know I'm a Laker fan, too.
They done got them all out the way. They done got everybody out the way.
I mean, yeah, bro, LeBron playing like he's 27.
You got Luka for a bag of chips.
Yeah. I heard there was a backstory with that.
There is. There totally is.
Yeah, man. I don't know the full backstory. So
I do. I'll tell you.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Let's talk.
So the reality of the situation in Dallas is that the original owner was Mark Cuban. Mm-hmm. Mark Cuban decided to sell his majority share, his controlling share of the Mavericks to a young lady that will remain nameless because I don't want to mess up her name. But she's a very rich young lady, and she had a vision. After Cuban sells his interest to her, she has a vision of getting a new stadium because the American Airlines Arena in downtown Dallas is a little bit dated. She had the vision of having a casino in her new stadium that she was going to build south of downtown Dallas. The problem was that there is no gambling in Texas.
That's correct.
So the powers that be told her no. And the one thing I don't know, many Americans know, billionaires don't like to be told what to do. So she felt some type of way, and she decided, okay, well, if you won't let me build a casino in my new arena in this certain part of Texas, I'll just move the Dallas Mavericks to Las Vegas, which I can automatically have my casino inside of my arena.
Right.
We'll kill two birds with one stone. Well, the NBA steps in and says the Dallas Mavericks has a fan base that Dallas, the great city of Dallas, supports all the time. Not only has the Dallas Mavericks was in the championship game last year, so the NBA says no. So she is truly burnt up. Billionaires do not like to be told what to do. So what I was told when she found out that Adam Silverman and the NBA bigwigs told her no on her last attempt on the casino, she decided to trade Luka, the best player that Dallas had, because I don't know the reasoning, the actual reasoning, how she figured that out to do that, but she decided to trade Luka. That's why there was no other offers. She went straight to her friend, the Busses in L.A., their friend, obviously billionaires, there's not that many of them, so majority of them are friends. They decided, that's why it was an under the table deal. Because think about it. You don't think the New Orleans Pelicans would have gave up B.I. and some other things, maybe B.I. and Zion for Luka.
I mean, Luka's a top 5 NBA player. I mean,
so the way to do that, so to really just turn her nose up at the NBA, she ships Luka to L.A. for a bag of chips. And that was the story that was brought to me about the Luka AD trade.
The story I heard was very similar to that one. I didn't know the part about the relationships with the owners out in L.A. So it's like, it does seem a little awkward because it's like, this is a Western opponent.
Why would you trade them? Why would you trade him to? You supposed to trade him where we send B.I. You supposed to send him to the Raptors if you just wanted to get him out of there. But no, it was one friend doing a favor to another friend. It's almost like when Jerry Jones fought the right to have Pepsi, right? When he tried to sue the NFL because there's such a monopoly. But he's an owner. Remember, billionaires do not like to be told what to do.
At all.
So she just turned her nose up to Dallas, and because at the end of the day, AD's on the expiring contract. I'm sure she didn't know AD was going to get hurt, but then again,
she didn't care.
She didn't care.
It wasn't about him.
It never was about him.
It was like, I'm just going to do something that's going to tick everybody off.
Right, because think of all the people that would have had a bid and had a package put together to trade for Luka, including the New Orleans Pelicans. Because you was going to send them to the West anyway with the Lakers. What was the difference sending them to New Orleans?
I think the biggest thing, too, what had the least value attached to it, the least amount of value attached to it. And that was the deal, because it's like, all right, boom, we're going to get AD. It's not going to seem as bad.
Right.
They didn't want to make it an even trade. Like, she didn't want to make it
But
a
how
situation to where.
But how do you make it an even trade with somebody like Luka on one end of it?
Yeah, it would have to been Luka for just, it would kind of been like that. Darn it, like the AD deal to L.A.
Right.
Now we got
for sure.
all those,
or more.
Did Rich Paul have anything to do with this thing? With
I
the
don't
Lakers
think so. I don't think so. Because I think if LeBron was caught off guard, then that means Rich Paul didn't know. Because I couldn't see.
He wasn't mad at the move, clearly.
Hell
right?
no. We've all figured out that the idea for the Lakers was when they brought in LeBron lured AD from the Pelicans. Their future plans were LeBron to hand over the L.A. mantle to AD. They realized AD wasn't that guy to do that, so they were just stuck in that situation. I think LeBron's solely okay with having Luka, I promise.
Well, that definitely kicks off our basketball conversations here on Inside the Trenches. We definitely going to look more into this because we're getting towards the end of the season, right? It's after All-Star, so this is where the games really get intense. The Lakers do look like a contender. You are a major contender with Luka, so we're going to continue to pay attention to that. But right now, the Pels are 13-42. Like CL said, they went through a lot of 10 lost games in a row. So it's all about next year shaping up that team. And, it was a great show. That just about wraps it up for Inside the Trenches, baby. We want to thank Dr. Kendra Andrews for coming on the show. CL is absolutely right. Time fly. Clip his wings, baby. Want to give a big shout-out to him, CL Nola, for coming on the show every week, you know what I'm saying, giving y'all his expert analysis. This man is really in the trenches, but in the games, like the Pelicans trenches suites, the trenches suites for the Saints game, Super Bowl, the whole nine. That is definitely CL. Tarek and Keelan definitely hold it down in the fort over there. We got Rashad. He on the lights. They got him on the lights today.
All right.
But we want to definitely thank all of our sponsors again. Small Slider, 1635 Barataria Boulevard, Marrero. Get your pre-order package right now. You can call 504-372-6644 for special rates. Use code word Big Fave, and it's only valid at that location. Get your party packs, baby. Joe Picolo with Picolo and Ramos. We believe real estate is personal. Big shouts out to Joel and Brittany and the whole crew over there. 1943 Sophie, right? You can pull up on them, baby, if you're trying to refi your house, sell your house, buy a house, first-time home buyer, you're flipping properties, whatever the deal is. Holler at my main man, Joe. I told y'all we got them used vehicles as well. Montero Motors, 1512 North Causeway, Metairie, Louisiana. Holler at my main man, Alberto. He gonna have you covered like a blanket, baby. Robert Wolfe in construction. Real estate, I told y'all Rob got y'all on the roof, on the house elevations, you know what I'm saying? Get a house with flood, get 10 feet, you know, man, we got you elevated. And you can still enjoy the comfort of your home. 143 Lapalco Boulevard, Gretna, Louisiana, Robert Wolfe Construction. Of course, Elliott Security, baby, for what they do for the show. And Lamarque Ford, Crescent City. I told you my man, Sheldon, got y'all covered. Sheldon Jordan, Fleet Manager, 504-734-3579. Shouts out to all the sponsors from the bottom of our heart. We love y'all. Our special guest, Dr. Kendra. See, y'all got that still body about to be walking around here. A model for Memorial, huh? Still body. Oh,
hold on.
Hey,
give me the motor, girl. Give me the motor.
Oh, that's that quicker work, baby.
Definitely. Bon ton roulé.
Yes, indeed. Well, until next Monday, y'all, we're going to holler at y'all. Be sure to subscribe to Inside the Trenches. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter, wherever you do all your social mediaing, right? 504, CL_Nola and Big Fave 504. Well, that does it here at the New Orleans Talk Network studio. And we'll catch y'all next time, baby. It's Inside the Trenches. Hello.